Something really interesting that I've realized about people's connection to D&D is when they came into the hobby and how they came into the hobby. More importantly, I think, is how. Because when I entered into D&D as a hobby, when I very first started playing, I was quickly thrust into the Forever GM spot, and I didn't want to buy modules or anything like that because I had no connection to D&D. So I don't know Forgotten Realms or Greyhawk or Dark. I know nothing about that history, lore, whatever. And because of that, I also have no connection to it. I have no nostalgia, no, like, I don't know. I don't care about it. Now, obviously, there are people who grew up with this. This is like, they lived in Forgotten Realms for years and years, and so they have a certain connection to it. And I can understand that feeling, I suppose. But I think the advantage to divorcing D&D as a TTRPG system from the D&D lore, whether, again, that's Forgotten Realms, Dark Sun, Greyhawk, whatever, the beauty of that is that you, I think, have more freedom. It is my opinion that you have more freedom when you can divorce the setting of D&D as a classic setting, like those typical things, from just the system itself. So I have the freedom to take Mind Flayers, just using them as an example, and I can make them whatever I want. It doesn't matter what they were in 2nd edition or 3.5 or in Forgotten Realms versus Dark Sun versus Planescape. None of that matters. If I want them to be a species of friendly travelers who just go around selling baked goods, I can do that. And I don't care about that. Now, some people will be upset because they're like, no, Mind Flayers are this, which is interesting because it's fake and it's not real. And as long as I'm not saying, you must make all Mind Flayers love baked goods, then who cares, right? Do what you want to do. But it's an interesting thing. What do you guys think? Do you think that, like, there's something there, that the idea of being able to disconnect the quote-unquote setting and lore of D&D with the system of D&D? Because I think it's one of the only reasons I've stayed loving D&D so much. But that's just me. What's your opinion? Because again, these are opinions and there's nuance here. So let's all just take a second to think about that before we start writing some dumb shit. Okay.